acknowledge we acknowledge the land which we occupy today as the traditional home of the Nisan, Maidu, and Miwok tribal nations. These sovereign people have been the caretakers of this land since time immemorial. Despite centuries of genocide and occupation, the Nisenan, Maidu, and Miwok continue as vibrant and resilient tribes and bands, both federally recognized and unrecognized. We take this opportunity to acknowledge the generations that have gone before, as well as the present day Nisenan, Maidu, and Miwok people. Now we are going to do a roll call. I'll hand it over to Advisor Brett.
All right, y'all. Good morning. President Nugent.
Present.
Present. Vice President Ali.
Present.
Present. Senator Reed.
Present.
Present. Senator Nealon.
Present.
Present. Cave Rep Kevin Hill.
Present.
Present. So that is 5 out of 5. Quorum has been met. I will say Senator Middleton, Senator Safi, I've not heard from them. They did not attend orientation, and Senator Gonzalez resigned. So in the appointments, Nicole, we'll just acknowledge that for the minutes. So you have 5 out of 5. Quorum was met.
Okay. Thank you. We are now going to go to the adoption of the agenda. Board, do we adopt the agenda for today? All right. Next, we're going to go to the approval of the minutes. Board, do we approve all the minutes for today?
Hey, Nicole, sorry. Chair, sorry. I have the minutes from the last Senate meeting. So
okay.
I will drop it in here. Sorry, Kevin got them for me, and I got to download them and then upload them into the chat. So one moment.
No worries.
Thank you, Kevin, for doing the minutes. They're in the chat. So Nicole, here you would just say, take a moment to review. People can make motions if there's like things wrong in the minutes, especially around votes.
All right. So if I can have everyone just take a moment to review the minutes that's been provided in our chat. And if you have any motions, please do so at this time. Were you all able to hear me? I feel like I cut off for a moment. Okay. All right. Moving on.
So there, Nicole, sorry. I was trying to put it in the chat. You're going to say with no objections. Hearing and seeing no objections.
That's right.
Have been approved.
All right.
You got a hand up.
Okay, give me just a moment. We have a hand up?
Yes, this is Molly. I don't see the minutes in the chat.
Okay, Molly, give me just a moment, please. We're working on that.
Molly, I'm going to email them to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you, Senator Molly. Hearing and seeing that we have no objections, we're going to approve the minutes. And we're going to move forward. Now we're going to go to the chair's message minutes. So I believe I can talk about it during this time. I do want to encourage some of the board members to, if possible, and if it works with your schedules, to join in on some of the meetings that we have across campus. I will provide that information. I will email that information out. But there are some different meetings and boards that I would encourage the board members to attend, if possible. So some of those meetings are like there's the Chancellor's Cabinet meeting I did, and then there's also another board meeting, and I need to define and get the actual title for that particular board. But if you all are interested in possibly meeting, supporting me and attending some of those meetings, if you could just reach out to me, let me know either here during this meeting or just reach out to me via text or email, and that would be awesome. So that is my message for today. We just want to make sure that as much as possible we support everything that's going on campus, and that we're all involved, and teamwork makes the dream work. All right. If there are no objections or any comments, we're going to move forward. Now we're going to move forward to our advisor's message. Brent, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you, Chair. Aloha, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy first week of school. If you remember at the orientation in our first meeting, I had no report, and I told you that would be like probably the only time that ever happens. I got a full 5 minutes today, so bear with me. I'm probably going to throw a lot of information at you, but it's important for student leaders to know. So first, I'm going to start with today is Women's Equality Day. So recognize that and celebrate that. A few notes. I put it in the chat. You're going to see a PDF called this SAC deadlines and meetings. And that is kind of what Nicole might have been asking for, but part of Nicole's responsibility is to attend our student advisory council meetings. And so they're once a month, and they're with the student trustee at the district office. I put the deadlines up there, so Nicole knows when they are, right? When to submit a small report we do. Nicole, don't freak out. I'll show you later how to do that. But B, if you want to get something on the agenda up at the student trustee level, that's your timeline, right? So if there's something, and I'm just going to use an example. Warda, I see you on my screen. If Warda wants to have Nicole put something on the agenda that's discussed with the other campus presidents and the student trustee, that's your timeline for when we got to get it on that agenda. So, and it's called an emerging issue. And so I'll talk about that a little more at like one of our trainings. If you notice, they're always on the day that the Board of Trustee meetings are. So from 3:30 to 5 is the Student Advisory Council meeting. And then at 5 or 5:30, that's 5:30, is the Board of Trustees meeting. However, September, the council meeting is a week early because there is a contingent going to Ghana from Los Rios. And so to accommodate the student trustee schedule and classes, they moved it up a week. So there's a contingent of about 30 members of the Los Rios district going to Ghana for 2 weeks. And the student trustee is one of those that is attending. So pretty exciting. And then they're going to bring a lot back, right? And I don't know all the details, but be on the lookout for that. Okay. I also posted the shared governance schedule in the chat. So those committees, it is Senate's charge to appoint students to those committees. They do not have to be on Senate to serve in those committees. So if you know a student that can't make a bi-weekly Senate meeting, they could attend one of those committee meetings. They can be appointed through you all. Those committees are the ones, some of them, that are paid based on attendance and participation. So I put that all in the Dropbox or the Drive. If you have questions on that, you can reach out to me. But if you have a friend or you're interested in one of those committees, that's the schedule, right? So it's got to align with your class schedule and your other commitments, but something to keep in mind. So those committees are very important. Nicole and Warda are on that executive leadership team, I believe. Or is it Kevin? I'm sorry, I can't even remember.
It's me.
Okay, I'm sorry, Warda. I didn't mean to get your hopes up there. But there's other opportunities, I promise you. So Kevin and Nicole will serve on that committee, but those other committees are open at the moment. So think about that. Okay, I'm gonna go quick. Week of welcome this week. It was great. It was great to see so many students. It's better than Zoom, I'm not gonna lie. We did have some hiccups, especially with our food vendor, not them personally, just our policies. But 85 students got free nachos, and the silent disco was going on. The ice cream meet and greet on Wednesday went really well. So thanks to Sarah and Stephanie for coming out, and thanks to Kevin for helping me out yesterday. I would still be sunburnt if it wasn't for Kevin right now. So just wanted to say thank you. And then a couple quick updates. There is a new dean that will oversee student government, student life. Her name is Hannah. She is coming from Folsom Lake College. She will technically start Monday, but Folsom still needs her help on some stuff as she transitions out. So she's going to be here 2 days a week next week. And then after Labor Day, she'll be here full time. She has a student life background. She used to be the supervisor or the advisor for Folsom Lake College's associated student body. So things come up and I'm not available, you can always reach out to her. And then lastly, food. Food has been a problem on campus, right? Students might have talked to you if they know you're on ASB, or you've experienced it yourself, right? So I can't announce everything yet, but there is a new coffee shop going up where Starbucks used to be. They're tentatively going to try to start sometime in early September. They're hiring. There's a now hiring sign on where the Starbucks was. It's called Five Sips, I think. There's one by Sac City. So that's exciting. And then there's some other food options coming down the road that I am not at liberty to announce yet because it's not final. But it's exciting because the vending machines are vending machines. So that's about it. The last thing I'll say, I promise, the ASB office is open. So if you want to have office hours on ground, you're more than welcome to come in. There's the new desk, chairs, bring your laptop. If you don't have a laptop, I will find you one, and you can meet with students there as well. So that's in the Center for Leadership and Development. And we'll work on creating your office hour, whether that's virtual or on ground. So that's all I have. I might have went over 5 minutes. I apologize, Chair. I'll hand it back to you, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Brett. If there aren't any objections, seeing and hearing that there are no objections, we'll move forward. Now we are going to go to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address ASB Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed, with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken, nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Do we have any members of the public that would like to make comments regarding our agenda items? All right. I don't see any hands. Seeing and hearing we have no objections, we're going to move forward. Now we're going to move forward to our appointments and swearing in. And we are going to focus on the Discipline Appeals Panel student appointment. I believe I'm saying that correctly. And this is the board that has to deal with the appeals at the college. And I know that we have one student, and this is Senator Molly Nealon, who is interested and would like to be appointed to this board. So today we are going to appoint Senator Molly Nealon to the Disciplines Appeals Panel as a student representative. Are there any objections to this?
Nicole, Molly's hand is up.
Okay, Molly. I don't see the hands for some reason. Molly, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, for recognizing me. There are actually 5 appointments available. So the appointments do not have to be ASB members, but they do have to complete the training every year to preside in the panel. It's a really great committee, and you learn a lot about the inner workings of the college. So I would like to highly recommend. The time commitment is very minimal. After you do the training, all you have to do is you're called if there's a session, and then you can say you're available or not. I highly recommend other senators, the vice president, or maybe even yourself, to consider being on this committee. I learned so much through the training about how the ARC works. And thank you for the appointment.
Thank you, Senator Molly. And thank you for that information. It's very, very helpful to me. So we now have appointed Senator Molly to the Discipline Appeals Panel. Give me just a moment. And we are going to move forward. Unfinished business is our next item on the agenda. Board, do we have any unfinished business? All right, we are going to move forward, seeing that we have no unfinished business. And now we're going to go to new business. We're going to start with 10.1, the CCCSAA Student Leadership Council Conference Funding. Bill F2202 will provide a funding of, oh, wait, I'm doing that wrong. So do we have a motion?
I motion to discuss the funding for the upcoming conference.
Thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Thank you, Senators Molly, and thank you, Vice President Warder. We are going to discuss Bill F2202, which will provide funding of up to $20,000 to fund the 2022 CCCSAA Student Leadership Conference in San Diego, California, with the dates of October 21st to the 23rd.
So, Chair, learning experience here. So Molly made the motion. So you would recognize her that she has the floor.
Gotcha.
And then if she doesn't want to speak on it, she can turn it back to you and you can discuss, or you can open it up to the board to discuss. And then you can discuss the bill, make any motions or amendments if you wish, or a roll call vote.
Okay, that's what I should have done first. Okay, my apologies. So, Senator Molly, would you like to discuss, you made the motion, would you like to discuss the funding?
No, thank you. I would prefer if the chair discussed that issue.
Thank you. All right. Well, this is the funding that will cover the upcoming trip for the Student Leadership Conference. This will cover all of our expenses as a board, and this will additionally cover it covers traveling, our uniforms, our stay, and this is what the bill will cover. Do I have any, can we take a roll call vote on this bill?
You could, but you do have a hand up. It's Kevin.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't see the hands. I'm sorry. Okay. As President Kevin, you have the floor.
If possible, Chair, may I discuss more about the Seesaw Conference itself?
Yes, you can.
All right, so boom. So here's how the conference goes. So pretty much it's a 2.5 day conference. Every community college campus sends students from their school to go meet with other community college students from across the state. We do a lot of workshops together. We learn a lot about problem and procedure, which is something I know we're struggling on as a board here because we're a newer board. So we have a nice little lesson about that while we're there. It's a big networking event, but also you kind of see what other boards do and how we implement them on our campus. So I think it'd be a worthwhile adventure for anyone to go on, especially members of this current board and ones who are thinking about being on the board for. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, give me just a moment. Let me. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to.
Chair.
Brett, you have the floor.
I just want to add from an advisor's perspective here. So Kevin mentioned the entire board is new, right? This is a great networking opportunity to meet with fellow student leaders across the state. Being that you are all new, Kevin has some experience. I think that's very worthwhile, right? To talk with other students, see how their boards operate, see what committees they have on their campuses, meet with other advisors, right? It's always good to pick other advisors' brains. When I go there, I go and find other campus presidents and I talk to them about, what are you all doing? How's your advisor? What's that relationship look like? So, and as Kevin mentioned, there's workshops. There's usually a guest speaker. Food is usually provided, and ASB has not been able to go since 2019. So this is an exciting opportunity to get out and meet with students again. So that's all I'll say. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Are there any other members on the board that have any comments regarding this bill? All right, if not, we are going to, bear with me, we're going to make do a roll call vote to fund this bill.
So that's where I do the roll call vote because I'm doing the minutes. So
Okay, so Advisor Brett, can you do the roll call vote to fund this bill, please?
just so you all remember, the chair does not vote unless, well, we'll get there if we need to get there. Vice President Ali.
Yes.
Yes. Senator Reed.
Yes.
Yes. Senator Nealon.
Yes.
Yes. And K. Breb Hill.
I vote yes.
Yes. Okay, so the bill is unanimous. It is passed 4-0.
Awesome. Moving forward, we would like to discuss seeing and hearing no objections. We'd like to discuss 10.2, the Associated Student Body Senate and CABE members funding. Do I have a motion from any of the board members?
I move
I
to
motion-
discuss. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, I'll second you.
Okay, I move to discuss item 10.2.
Seconded.
Awesome. President Kevin, you have the floor. Oh, let me read it first. 10.2, Associated Student Body Senate and CAPE members funding. Bill F2203 will provide funding of up to $10,000 to provide office supplies, board uniforms, and laptops for hybrid virtual duties of the Associate Student Body. President Kevin, you have the floor.
Alrighty, thank you. So this bill is pretty much just a general funding bill for the board. That we have money for supplies for the semester. The words are hard this morning. Okay, let's try that again. So the uniform aspect of it is just being visible on campus. We can't be student leaders and help as much as we can if people don't know who we are. And so as part of it, just make sure that we're visible. With the laptops, a lot of our work is digital. We have meetings that are digital, and not all of us may have digital access. So this is to help us do our jobs better, essentially. And just also there's various supplies that might come along, like buying more A-frames. We need more paper reams. We might need to get a printing bill set up with a print shop because that is something we have to do. If we need to get like the maker space or automotive tech to build something for us, these are like what that fund would cover.
Thank you, President Kevin. Any other board members have any other comments regarding this bill or motion?
Molly has her hand up.
All right, Senator Molly, please speak.
Thank you for the recognition. I think it's really important to provide the members with what they need to do their job. I also think it's really important to be visible on campus. Our wonderful advisor had mentioned something about t-shirts. I like to take it a little bit further because t-shirts are just so not special. I think it would be really great if we had like Letterman jackets or something that would recognize that would kind of, when you're on campus, people will know your ASB. And so I just want to kind of put that out there. I think that would be something that we should consider providing for all the ASB members.
Thank you, Senator Molly. Are there any other comments from our board members?
Madam Chair?
Go ahead, President Kevin.
All right, Brett, correct me if I do this wrong. Okay, so I have to create a committee with the purpose of designing ASB ARC apparel. The committee will be chaired by myself. Members shall include Senator Molly Nielsen and Vice President Warda Ali, as well as any other students who would like to be a part of the board, or as well as any other members who would like to be part of this committee. We will report back in 2 weeks, so that gives us a report date of September 9th. And then, did I hit all the parts of it, Brett, or did I not missing one?
You got them all?
All right, cool.
Thank you, President Kevin. Are there any other comments regarding this bill? 10.2.
Hey, Nicole, sorry. Madam Chair, sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
But
so Kevin formed a committee, right? So you just have to recognize that the committee is formed and we'll report back in 2 weeks.
gotcha. Okay, thank you, Brett. I thought about that. All right, so President Kevin has formed a committee along with Senator Nealon and Vice President Warda, and along with anyone else interested, they're going to work on the design of the logos for the ARC ASB, and they will report back within a couple of weeks with their information. And I would like to recognize that. Moving forward, are there any more comments from the board regarding the 10.2 bill? All right. Now we are going to do a roll call vote. Brett?
All right. So this is for Bill F-2203. Vice President Ali?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Senator Reed?
Yes.
Yes. Senator Nealon?
Yes.
Yes. And K-Rep Kevin Hill?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the bill also passes 4-0 unanimously.
Awesome. Thank you, Advisor Brett. Seeing here we have no objections, we're going to move forward with our agenda. On the agenda, we wanted to discuss additionally define and explain the discipline appeals panel and encourage additional student appointments. So Molly, Senator Molly did a great job of kind of giving us a brief explanation of what the appeals panel is like, and also letting us know that there are about 4 more appointments available for that board. So if we can just kind of, through word of mouth, encourage other students to join that committee. Are there any comments regarding that? Is there any more information anyone on the board would like to give regarding the disciplines appeal panel? All right. If not, we're going to move forward to committee reports. Do we have any committee reports from anyone on the board? If not,
Chair, we have Molly.
okay, Senator Molly.
Thank
No.
you for the look at bad penny keep turning up. Yes, I would like to. Last year, I was appointed to the home-based committee, and I have continued to attend the meetings. The home-based committee aims to rehab or reorganize the home bases. I have been attending those meetings, and they're making great progress. The visibility of the home bases have significantly increased. If anyone has any input that you'd like me to take back to the committee, please let me know. We will resume our meetings again in September. And that's it.
Thank you, Senator Molly. We appreciate that information. Are there any more committee reports? If not, we're going to move forward to our board member reports or announcements. So I open the floor to board members. If there are any announcements about any events or activities or announcements that you may have, you can now speak.
Madam Chair?
All right, President Kevin.
All right, so CABE meets officially for the first time this semester. October is not the month it is. August 30th. Meetings at 10:30 in the boardroom. It'll be in person. I'm still working on having like a hybrid setup to where you can actually have a virtual login as well. Hey, Isla. But that's still worked on at the moment. But right now it'll be fully in person. Student boardroom, 10:30 to 12. And just emphasize the week of welcome. I think it went pretty well. Nachos were a big killer. So if you guys want to bring them out again, I think we get a lot of student engagement on that. Besides that, just hopefully everyone's staying safe, staying healthy, staying motivated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Kevin.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Molly.
Thank you for the recognition. I have a comment for President Hill and Cape. Thank you for considering to have a hybrid component for the Cape meetings, because the time, it makes it very difficult if you're not doing on campus. If you're not on campus, the hybrid would be really helpful. So thank you for that.
Of course.
The second comment is we are reactivating the ARC Honors Club. And if any student is interested in the Honors Club, we would love to have you join us. And I would appreciate if if ASB could post something about the reactivation of the Honor Club on the ASB website and Instagram. Thank you.
Senator Molly, can you define a little bit more about the Honors Club, please? Explain that.
Yes, the ARC Honors Club is a complement to the honor certificate program offered at ARC. It is supported by the Professor Michael Crowder, who is the honor certificate program director, and the counselors. The goal of the ARC Honors Club is to increase opportunities for the students to obtain the honor certificate, which is extremely helpful if you're trying to transfer to a competitive program such as UCLA, which does not allow TAG. And TAG is Transfer Agreement Program. I don't know the initials exactly. It's Transfer Agreement something. Anyway, UCLA doesn't do TAG, but they do honor certificate. If you earn the honor certificate, they do honor transfers. The goal of the club is also to increase availability. Thank you, Warda. It's also to increase availability to present projects or to partake in research programs. We used to have an honors club, but unfortunately it met a sad demise with COVID. So we're trying to reactivate the club, and we would love to have anyone who's interested in obtaining an honor certificate, or who's even curious about additional academic opportunities on campus to join us. Any questions about that?
Sure.
Is that good?
No, I don't have any more questions, Senator Molly.
Thank you so much.
Chair, can I ask Molly a question?
Yes, Brett, you have the floor.
So this is separate from Phi Theta Kappa, correct?
Yes, Phi Theta Kappa is a national honor society.
Right.
ARC Honors Club, that's the reason I couldn't be the president. So we do have a president for the PTA club, and she actually told me that I forwarded her the link, and she told me that she could not register us for with CABE. But yes, this is a separate club. ARC Honors Club is actually an ARC based program. And the goal really is to let more people know about honors certificate, which if we don't have an honors program, then we will lose our transfer abilities, which would be really sad, because I think for the more competitive schools, it's a really, really wonderful thing to have. It's a really wonderful program.
Thank you.
Does that explain it?
Yeah, and I'll reach out to PTK. They can still register as a club. I'll talk to them.
Okay, thank you. I will send you an email with the contact for the new president. She thought she was graduating, but she agreed to be the president.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Molly and Advisor Brett. I think I may be frozen for a moment.
We can still hear you though.
Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing that information. It's very, very informative. And we do recognize the fact that we will work on updating our website to include information about the ARC Honors Club. We are going to, are there any other comments or announcements? Senator Reed.
Yeah, I went to the ice cream event that we had on Wednesday, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. So it's pretty good. It was nice to see people in person again. I feel like some people were hesitant to come up to us and talk to us and stuff, but I feel like that's just because we're all adjusting from being online to being in person again. But it's really nice to like see everybody's faces. And something I wanted to talk about was like when people ask us about ASB, like kind of having something in mind that we want to tell people, because like people were asking me that and I hadn't really thought about it beforehand. So maybe just like for all of us to have something that we can say, yeah, like a consistent message, like Warda just said in the chat. Just like think about it beforehand, like what we want to say about ASB. And then also we could find out about like what previous ASB boards did in the past, because I know most of us are new this year, so we can kind of talk about that to new people or whatever. So yeah, that's all I have.
Thank you, Senator Reed. And yes, I heard it was a wonderful event. Thank you so much for sharing that information. Are there any others who have any other announcements or comments or anything about other campus-wide events? Okay, if not, we are going to move forward. And we're going to go back to public comment. Are there any public comment? All right. We don't have.
Yeah, we got a public comment. The current.
Who is it? Advisor Brett, who is it for? I don't see the hand.
Oh, it's Jackie.
Okay. Jackie, you may address the board.
Hey there.
Hello.
I do have a question. I'm not sure if it's, are we talking about the bill that we were just talking about? Or just general comment?
So the comment in this, give me just a moment. At this time, you may speak on any issues that may have not appeared on the agenda.
On the agenda. Okay, got you. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was at. Okay, so yeah, I just had a question about when ASB plans to go in person with the meetings. Or is it just going to be digital for a while, online?
Thank you, Jackie. That's a great question. I believe I can answer that for you. So the plan for now is to continue with Zoom meetings. And once we have decided if there is a direction in which we'll have a meeting in the boardroom on campus, we will make sure that is notified to the public within the 72 hours of posting. As for now, the meetings will remain virtual. And it's very possible that moving forward into the next semester that we may be meeting more in person. But we will make sure that the public is informed and updated, always with enough notice.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so that was just one question. And the other question is, I was checking out the website for ASB, and I'm having some trouble navigating it. I'm not really sure exactly what website I should be visiting to access the agenda and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm going to let Advisor Brett give a little bit more information about that.
Chair, Kevin has his hand up, but I will say The agendas are all on our document website for the college. It's called IGOR. I'm going to post it in the chat. It's easier to upload documents to that site than it is the actual website. So there is a link on the ASB website that says check agendas here. You click on that and it's under ASB Senate. It's like a drop down accordion menu. And that's where all the agendas are posted. And we're also trying to post on Instagram because I know students don't really want to go to that site all the time. But that's the official site. We post agendas within the 72-hour public notice. So I will put it in the chat here, but it's also a link on our website too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And that's all I have.
And Kevin has his hand raised, Chair.
President Kevin, you now have the floor.
Thank you very much. I just want to emphasize when the question is, does ASB have in-ground meetings? The answer is yes and no. Once again, I do the spiel every year, but ASB has 2 boards, one CABE, one Senate. CABE will be meeting in person for the foreseeable future. Senate will be deciding as we go on. That was all.
Thank you so much, President Kevin. Are there any other comments from the public? If not, we're going to move over to adjournment, and we are going to adjourn this meeting at 11:18 a.m.
So, Chair, hearing and seeing no objection.
Sorry. Thank you all for your patience with me. Hearing and seeing there are no objections, we're going to adjourn this meeting at 11:19 a.m. Awesome. Thank you all, and we'll see everyone soon.
Oops.